commentating. Right. I am now logging in. If my computer will let me. Oh, fuck off.
Come on, this guy's just in our way. Let's fight our way past.
Oh, what? I'm on a Bing. Fuck off, Bing. Shit. Again. Sit. And we're doing fucking Monza short. Jesus Christ. Is this at night or day? Tied. I gotta beat the Hughes Rocker, and I have to make sure I stay in front of of Zeus as well. Imagine, God's sake. And then LMP2, I've got to make sure I stay 8 points ahead of Ben Parkey as well. There you go. Should be interesting. Right, where's the notes information that I need? You put the grid order in as well, haven't you? It's in grid order, isn't it? Right, okay. Ratchet Ass, DJ Phil. How do you say it? XR? Oh, I can't say that. Zande. Dwayne Pop, Smokey Devil, Cinderella Man, Rumpu, Ugbar, Fury, Ian, Camber, yourself, and Fleeky. So I'm looking at that again and I want to say something else. KRBR. Zande. That's Zande, isn't it? Zande. 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 You are Zande. And Dwayne. Zande. 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 KRBR. I'm just going to call him Zande. I'll try my best to call him Zande. Yes, yeah, that'd be handy, mate. Just let me know when we're live. How many points do you need? Oh god. It's just between you and Flaky, isn't it? Right. Let's turn that down. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the final week of Motive Racing Season 5. So this week we got all the finale races, and tonight we are starting with the GTEs here at Daytona Road Circuit. I'm going to be your commentator tonight, Dan Davis, aka Unorthodubz. Sadly, Andy can't join me in the commentary box tonight, but I will try and entertain you guys as best as I possibly can. But tonight we are looking at the championship between the Only G and Flaky. These two are going for the championship tonight. Either one of these guys could take the title here tonight. But it's very tight in the points right now. I believe Flaky is leading the championship as it stands, but the Only G just needs to constantly outscore him here at Daytona and he will be champion. But at the same time, you will have other drivers wanting to make sure that they take a race win before the end of the season, and I'm sure a lot of drivers here would like to take the race win here in Daytona. So tonight we have DJ Phil that is going around tonight. We have Zande as well in the Corvette. We have Fury racing in the Ford GT. Cinderella Tour in the other Ford GT. Dwayne Pop as well. Rompu. Emo Guy, the only one in the Ferrari, I believe. We have Camber as well, one of the championship contenders. Here he is, Flaky, trying to hold on to his championship lead. Ugbar will be looking to try and take a race win here. Rachidas in another Ford GT tonight. Smoky Devil, and of course the Only G, the man trying to take the championship lead away from Flaky. Should be an interesting race here tonight. Should be a dry race as well. But I know for sure these guys will want to try and find the perfect setup between top speed and the inside of the infield of the circuit, where they need to make sure they have a nice setup downforce down there. We're currently watching Fury right now, and while we're on board with Fury, let's take a lap around this Daytona road course. As we go into the infield section, we now come into the tight hairpin where you want to take a kind of a late apex approach into it, as Fury goes there and he goes quite wide, taking up all the apex, and he now goes into a long straight here and into a quick left. It's very easy to catch the grass on the inside and push yourself wide, but Fury does a brilliant job of that, coming into a right-hander, kind of a long hairpin with a kind of an awkward apex towards the end. The exit really struggling here, but Fury gets it down to perfection. Into the right-hander, double apex here, and he comes in, hits the first apex beautifully, and it lets the car go out wide, and then we go into the banking of where the Indy cars would be running. Currently he's just sat behind another car, and he's probably getting a bit of a slipstream as he's coming down into this section, but he'll be trying to reach top speed right now. It would be really helpful to get a slipstream as well from another car, but as he comes into the bus stop chicane, it's very easy to kind of misjudge the braking point, but he gets into the chicane, hits the first curve, hits the second curve, and it can run it out properly wide here, as he does, and he hits this bus stop chicane beautifully. And he's currently trying to, I think that's Cinderella Tour that's in front of him, trying to get a slipstream off him. But into the final part of the banking, as you see Cinderella Tour going for a little bit of a bounce across there, but Fury exiting the final part of the bank and comes towards the start line, and he comes across the line. What lap does Fury do? He does a 1:45.9, and then back into the tricky infield where turn 1 and turn 2 kind of mould into one, and then he's back into the middle section again. So that's a quick lap around Daytona Road Course, and currently right now we are seeing Ugbar at the top of the table with a 1:44.0 in that Corvette, but I'm sure the times will start to come down slowly. This is only a practice session for these guys, so they're just currently getting themselves into the rhythm and trying to remember this circuit and try and make a few little tweaks before they go into the sprint race here tonight. The reverse grid tonight is obviously the championship in reverse, so as I just quickly have a look at the grid order, if you give me a second, 2 secs, it will be, we will have Ratchedass will be starting on pole position here at Daytona with DJ Phil right behind him. Zande will be starting 3rd, Duane Pop will be starting 4th, Smokey Devil will be starting 5th, 6th will be Cinderella Tour, 7th will be Rompu, 8th Ugbar, 9th Fury, 10th place we have Emo Guy, 11th we have Camber, 12th we have the Only G, and then finally we have the championship leader for Lakey will be starting right at the back of the grid. So the championship contenders have to try and negotiate themselves around the chaos that will come into turn 1. As of right now, we're currently watching the Only G coming into the bus stop chicane, pushing that 4G to its limits and getting a great exit at the same time. As you see, Cinderella Tour has also improved on his lap time. He gets within a 10.5 away from Ugbar's initial lap time. So you're seeing some quick lap times from the guys in front at this second. But to guys who are watching right now and people who fancy joining in and getting involved for next season, head over to www.motiveracing.com and sign up with us, and we can make sure we can get you into a championship this season. We have several championships. We have the GTEs, we have the Clios that will be running Tuesday night. We also have the ACC GT3s as well. We also have GT3 here on Project Cars, LMP2, and we finish off the season with touring cars. But as I'm looking through the comments now and seeing Fury's granddad's in the comments, always here to support Fury, and I don't know if I should make any predictions tonight, Fury's granddad. Every time I predict something I end up messing up the championship, so it'd be good to see what everyone else thinks is going to happen this evening, but I'm going to leave my predictions to everyone else of right now. But right now these guys are just getting their cars all sorted and dialed in. The Only G's goes fastest with a 1:43.2, and Duane Pop does a quick lap time as well. He's only 2/10 off the Only G, so Duane Pop in the Ford GT going well. And we still have Ugbar as he's coming towards the line now to finish his lap. Can he improve? He improves, but he doesn't do better than his place position, so he's now into the 43s as well. So we're looking at probably a low 143 to get pole position here tonight, but anything can happen, anything at all. But for the sprint race, they'll have to start in reverse grid. Here is the man who's trying to keep the others behind him, Flaky 67, the man who's currently leading the championship. He didn't have a great race out in Road America, but I'm pretty sure he'll be making sure that Daytona will be better for him and he can take the title here tonight. All he has to do is make sure he finishes in front of the Only G, and I know G will be trying to hunt him down as best he can. But you see him cross the line. He only does 6th place, so he's really seemed to be struggling out there. But it seems to me that the Ford GT seems to be the best car around here at the minute. We've got about 4 Ford GTs up in the top 5 at the minute, being separated by the Corvettes of Ugbart and Flaky. So we'll see how these guys get on. But currently watching Flaky now coming into the infield section. This man's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders here tonight. He needs to make sure that he can take away this title. But the man who's never finished lower than the podium this season has always finished on the podium, if I'm corrected. Let me just check my notes. But I believe he hasn't been off the podium all season. He's never been off the podium but this season. So yep, he's been other than 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So that's why he's in this situation right now. And if G wins the GT3 Championship, this will be his 3rd win in a row for GT3. So can Flaky take that title away from him as he gets really sideways there? Currently watching Zande now, who's coming into the infield section. And Zande will be trying to get that Corvette a little bit higher. So just to make himself feel a little bit better going into the sprint race, knowing that he will have pace. But it's a practice session now here, as most of the drivers are in the pits right now. I believe we've only got Flaky, Zande, Rompu, Emo Guy, and Smoky Devil currently out setting lap times. So you can see Smoky Devil is coming into the final part of the bank. And let's see if Smoky Devil can get himself off the bottom row in 13th place as he comes around the corner now. Can he set a reasonable good time in that Corvette? And I'm just seeing Flaky goes fastest. There's a 1:42.9, so Flaky finally found the pace. And Smoky Devil doesn't improve. I believe Emo Guy does, and Emo Guy puts himself up into 2nd place. As we're now seeing Rompu, and we're seeing Zande, who had a sketchy moment and has decided to put it in the pits. Rompu, the last man to finish a lap time. What can he do here tonight? Coming into the final part of the bank, making sure he's staying as low as possible. Gets a little bit too close to the bottom. That can slow him down, or it can speed him up, but in this case it looks like it slowed him down a little bit. And he comes down the straight now towards the start finish line. It feels like forever until you get there, but he's finally going to come across the line. And he does a lap time. Does he improve? We will find out in a second. But as of right now, I believe Flaky is the fastest. And Rompu, did he improve? I don't think he did. But in that practice session, Flaky's fastest from Emo Guy, the Only G, Duane Pop, Ugbar, Camber, Arachidas, and the rest follow. So I'm just going to read the grid form again so the guys who are listening into the stream can listen out and see what order they're in. So for this sprint race, we should be having Arachidas on pole position, DJ Phil in 2nd place, Zande will be starting in 3rd, 4th will be Duane Pop, Smoky Devil will be starting 5th, 6th we have Cinderella Tour, 7th we have a Rompu, 8th will be Ugbar, Fury will be starting 9th, 10th place will be Emo Guy, 11th will be Camber, 12th the Only G, and then finally the championship leader Flaky will be starting 13th and last. So I'm not quite sure how Arachidas will play this one out. He'll be on pole position and he gets the choice of when he wants to go, and I'm sure he'll choose between anywhere between the back, I believe it will be the final part of the bank, all the way up to the line, and he can choose when he wants to go. But we will see how he gets on. But to the guys who are watching, please hit the like button, give us as many likes as possible. It always helps us out here. And I want to hear your predictions for this sprint race. I want to know what everyone's thinking of who's going to take this first win here tonight at the finale of Daytona Road Course. We'll see how the guys get on. As we see now, the guys are now exiting the pit straight, and they'll sort themselves out into order. So, as they're trying to get around the course, I'll give it one more shout out so to make sure that these guys can definitely hear me. Ratchet-ass on pole position, followed by DJ Phil. We should have Zande in 3rd place. Then we need Dwayne Pop, which he is in 4th place. Smoky Devil should be in 5th, which he is. Then we should have Cinderella Tour in 6th place as he moves forward now. Then we should have Rompu, should be and what are these guys doing? Come on guys, let's get into order. It's a little bit messy, come on. I'm not sure what's going on here guys, there really no need to be crashing into each other. This is finale now, we should be getting the hang of this. Ratchet-ass first, DJ Phil, Sunday, Dwayne Pop, Smoky Devil, Cinderella Tour. Should then have Rompu, who should be in front of where is Rompu? He should be ahead of so we got Ratchet-ass, DJ Phil, Zande, Dwayne Pop, Smoky Devil, Cinderella Tour, Rompu. Should have Ugbar, which we do, Fury, Emo Guy, Camber, Looney G, and Flaky. These guys don't want to be messing around too much, and I don't know why Ratchet-ass is quite so quick. He needs to kind of back the pack up a little bit, but they'll be wanting to keep temperature in their tyres, wanting to keep it as warm as possible as it's still racing here at the night. But be careful in the comments, please. Let me hear your predictions. Let me see what you think. Let me see who you think's going to win this first race. But I'll be keeping my eyes on Ratchet-ass, DJ Phil, Zande, and Dwayne Pop. The top 4, I believe, will be very good seats to take the race win. But we know that the only G will want to be trying to get as many points as possible away from Flaky, and Flaky wants to make sure that G doesn't get too far away. But Fury and Emo Guy and Ugbar all have driven here at Daytona Road Course, and all of them do seem to like this circuit, so we keep an eye on them. But right now, I'm going to keep my eyes on Ratchet-ass, who will be entering the bank now. And as he comes out of the bank, he can choose when he wants to go. So he'll start backing the pack up a little bit. And DJ Phil is right there, ready to go, and the only BMW here. Let's see who's going to take the first win of tonight at the finale of GTE. And we're just currently waiting for Ratchet-ass to make his decision on when he wants to go. He's going to leave it as late as possible. By the looks of things, he does not want DJ Phil getting past, and Ratchet-ass has gone, I believe. And here we go, we are racing here in Daytona Road Course. Ratchet-ass leads them away. DJ Phil and Zande have made a good start. Dwayne Pop's nowhere near. Smoky Devil, Cinderella Tour, and the rest of them start to follow, but the front 4 have managed to pull away really well. Ugbar, Fury are really close. Emo Guy is still there as well, but currently we have Ratchet-ass leading them away from DJ Phil, and Zande is giving DJ Phil a run for his money. And looks like Zande has got past DJ Phil. That's another place for DJ Phil to have lost there, but Dwayne Pop is now looking to make a move on DJ Phil as well, while the rest of the pack are nowhere. They're all stuck with each other. They're all stuck behind Rompu and Cinderella. Cinderella Tour is currently leading this pack away, but we've got Rompu. Who's that we got spun around? I believe we have someone. No, I believe, yes we do. We have Ratchet-ass, who was leading the race, has dropped it and is now at the back of the pack. So currently we have Zande leading away from Dwayne Pop, DJ Phil, Smoky Devil, Cinderella Tour, Rompu, Ugbar, Fury, Emo Guy, Camber. And Camber's looking to make a move on Emo Guy, but look out, here comes the only G, who needs to make as many places as possible without getting caught in too much hassle. He's looking to the inside of Camber. Can he get through on Camber? He has to be brave on the brakes here. But Flaky is just there, ready to pounce as well, as we're watching. And as we see, Emo Guy drops it, Rompu drops it as well. And the only G gets caught up in all sorts of chaos there. Oh no, not what the only G needs. And I think Flaky got caught up in that as well. I was on the wrong camera for that, but as you can see here, the only G getting caught up in all sorts of chaos. As you see, Rompu losing out. But Emoguy got very lucky that everyone got caught up in that, and he finally makes a move on Camber. Camber now stuck behind Emoguy, and Ugbar is there as well. But Fury, I think, also lost out into that as well. But Ugbar and Emoguy haven't going at it, and Emoguy seems to be absolutely flying in that Ferrari. As we look towards the front, we have Smoky Devil right behind DJ Phil. DJ Phil doing a brilliant job to hold on into that BMW, but looks like Cinderella Tour has got down the inside of Smoky Devil. So now we've got Cinderella Tour trying to chase down DJ Phil, and he makes a lovely move around the outside, and I think Smoky Devil had to give that position up. We're seeing Emoguy trying to defend from Ugbar as well. But currently at the front, we still have Zande leading them away from Duane Pop. DJ Phil doing a fantastic job to keep the rest of them behind. As we got Cinderella Tour giving massive amount of pressure onto DJ Phil. He's going to try and get a slipstream and try and outbreak him into the bus stop chicane if he can. We know that Ford GT is very good in a straight line, is very slippery, so it should be able to break through the air much easier and quicker. But Smoky Devil is absolutely flying. He's getting a double toe from him. And we're looking at Cinderella Tour looking down the inside of DJ Phil. Smoky Devil's right behind Cinderella Tour as well. Can he follow him through and get past DJ Phil? He does so. DJ Phil giving loads of space to the guys. But Cinderella Tour moving himself up into the podium places. But we're currently watching Yoni G now and seeing him trying to thread his way through the pack. Camber and Yoni G are going at it once again. Yoni G got the inside. Camber needs to make sure he gives him space, but Emoguy seems to be struggling, and they get really close. They get so close. Yoni G cannot afford to get caught up in this. But Emoguy on the inside. Camber in front of the Yoni G. Yoni G has nowhere to go. He can't go up, he can't go down. Camber is doing a fantastic job to defend, and Emoguy is holding it strong on the inside, and Emoguy drops it, and he makes contact with the Yoni G. Oh my god, what's going on here? We've got all sorts of chaos. DJ Phil was at a spin. Who else? Emoguy, Cinderella Tour. So many cars have spun it. And when the Yoni G thought he lost it, he's actually gained several places. And Flaky's got caught up in all that as well. I'm not sure what's happened there, but there's all sorts of chaos. Maybe DJ Phil or Cinderella Tour got caught together, but I was looking at the wrong battle there. I was trying to look at the Yoni G and see what he got on, but as it stands right now, we still got Zande, who's currently leading them out. And Duane Pop is still within a second. These guys lapping very consistently as each other. Camber now onto the back of Smoky Devil, but Yoni G got very lucky there that all sorts of drivers have got caught up in that, and we're seeing Flaky struggling right now to get through this pack. Is this going to be the first time he doesn't make it onto the podium this season? But we're on lap 4 here of Daytona of 12, and he's currently trying to hunt down Emoguy. And Emoguy just misjudged his braking going into turn 1 and took the Yoni G out with him, but there was all sorts of chaos going on, and I think Flaky got involved in it as well. But it's really tight there. I believe Fury is trying to hunt down Ugbar and bring that gap down to Ugbar, so he can now get closer to the front of the pack and try and get onto the podium. It would be great for Fury to end the season with a podium, give him a bit of a confidence boost into next season. And once he gets his steering wheel and pedals eventually, he will be much more confident, I believe, once he has all that set up with him. But currently noticing that Zande has lost a bit of time here to Duane Pop, and Duane Pop is starting to reel him in a little bit. Not a massive amount, but enough to start worrying, as we see the Yoni G is also starting to hunt down Fury. But as of right now, Flaky is still stuck in the traffic. He's still stuck behind Emoguy. Emoguy just doing his race. He's just minding his own business, and Flaky can't find a way past him. Emoguy defending strong from him. As we now see, the Yoni G has caught right up onto the back of Fury, and I don't know if Fury's going to put up much of a fight against the Yoni G, but we will see. We don't want him to get out of the way because of the championship, but we don't want him to see him get caught into anything because of the championship. So Fury, just remember, mate, just be cautious. And the same with Emo Guy, with Flaky, just as we see. I believe Fury has let the only G go by, I believe, by the looks of things, but G moves up into 6th place now, so he's moved back towards Flaky and Emo Guy. These guys going hard. Ferrari versus Corvette. Who will become out stronger? And Emo Guy seems to have much better straight line speed here as he comes into the bus stop chicane. Flaky can't get onto the back and get past that Ferrari. That Ferrari seems to be very quick round here. But as we move back to the front, Duaney Pop has brought that gap down to only 3/10 towards Zande. Zande must have had a terrible lap that lap, but Duaney Pop is hunting him down ever so slowly. And what happened to Zande? He's hit the pit lane. He's managed to hit the pit lane. How's he done that? He's lost the lead. Oh no. Zande had the race lead, but now he's given it to Duaney Pop, who now leads here at Daytona at the halfway point of this sprint race from Smokey Devil, Camber, and then Zande, who's making that awful, terrible mistake there. I don't know how he managed to do that, but now Ugbar is all over the back of Zande and looking to try and get past if he can. Another guy who's right behind is the only G, as I just noticed as well. Flaky has finally got past Emo Guy in that Ferrari, but I know that Ferrari will be hunting him back down. But I've got to look back to what's happening with G. He needs to start making his way through, because the Flaky is now clear of Emo Guy. He can start making his edge way, but I think he's too far back at the minute for Flaky, unless he has some amazing lap times. But the only G is trying to hunt down the leaders and try and score as many points as possible from Flaky to try and take this championship. But as of right now, once it comes to the end, I will not know who is champion or not, but I know for sure if Flaky does beat the only G in every race, he will be champion. That's all I know, but G has to make sure he outscores, and Zande drops it. He drops it out of the bus stop. This race is going even worse for Zande. He was looking so good, and he's dropped it out of the bus stop chicane, and he's on the middle of the infield, making sure he gets out of the way. But I think he's going to retire the car by the looks of things, because he's not happy with that. But currently we're watching Ugbar, who's sitting in 4th place, but Duaney Pop has the race lead, and at the right now he's looking good to take the race win. While we've got Smokey Devil trying to hunt him down. Ugbar has picked up himself up a penalty, so I'm not sure how he's done that, but he's caught right onto the back of Canberra. I think Canberra went in deep on that first corner, but as I'm seeing here, Ben Parkey commenting in, saying Prolapse. I'm guessing that's the Team Prolapse boys. I'm not sure which one of the guys is Team Prolapse, but I see you, Ben. I see your comment. As of right now, we're watching Canberra, but the only G has managed to get past Ugbar. Ugbar must have made a mistake or something, but the only G is now up into 4th place, and his championship rival Flaky is only in 7th. He's only just cleared Cinderella. But you have Fury next, and Fury made it easy for the only G, but will he make it easy for Flaky? I don't know. Maybe Fury might not want to get involved in this championship and just mind his own race. But the only G is doing everything he needs to do right now to outscore Flaky. And now he's got to try and hunt down Camber, but at the minute this is the closest battle on the circuit right now. But we've got Cinderella Tour, who's still quite close to Flaky, I believe. He's not a million miles away, so maybe you can give him a bit of pressure later on. But the only G right now trying to hunt down the rest of the pack so he can score as much points as possible. But currently right now Duaney Pop is doing everything he needs to do. He has a 3-second gap towards Smokey Devil, which is what he needs to take this race win. But I did say one of the top 4 would be looking strong for this race, and at the minute Duaney Pop is proving me right now. I'm not trying to curse you, mate, but you're looking good. Keep it calm, keep it smooth, and you might go on to win the sprint race. But Smokey Devil will try and take that away from him. As you see, Duaney Pop does a steady 1:45.1, so I'm not sure what happened that lap. He was keeping it nice and easy, not trying to make too many mistakes. The only G has got past Camber now, so he's up into 3rd place. The only G is flying, while Flaky is still struggling to catch to the back of Fury. G is doing everything he needs to do right now. I'm not trying to curse you, mate, but keep it up, bud. You're doing exactly what you need to do. He now needs to catch the other Corvette of Smokey Devil, and I don't know if the Corvettes are going to be helping Flaky, and I don't know if the 4 GTs are going to be helping the only G, but right now G is looking good for the championship and bringing those points down. Well, Flaky is still struggling to get to the back of Fury. As long as Fury keeps it clean and keeps it on the road, it's going to be difficult for Flaky to get past. But as of right now, Canberra should get the slipstream off the back of the Only G. But Only G doing a fantastic job to get himself up into the podium places and trying to go for fastest lap. He's done a 1:42.3. I think that currently at the minute is the fastest lap. As I'm trying to have a look at times, I believe it is the fastest lap at this minute. So currently the Only G taking every points that he can get. Flaky really starting to push that Corvette as much as possible, but Canberra is still on to the back of the Only G. He's not letting him get away, but if we look back here, we've got Emo Guy in that very quick Ferrari trying to hunt down Cinderella Tour, and he looks like he's got the slipstream. He looks like he's got a great run out the final part of the bank. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to go up or down? He goes up. Cinderella Tour takes the defensive line. The Emo Guy's got to go the long way around. He's going to make sure he gets his braking on point, but Cinderella Tour is doing a fantastic job to defend the inside. Can they both keep it clean? They give a bit of a squeeze, and Cinderella Tour makes a mistake and hits the pit wall as well. That pit wall seems to be catching out a lot of drivers. Cinderella Tour has caught the wall and now has to go the wrong way around. And careful, Cinderella Tour! Rompu came around the corner and he just did not give any space to Rompu. It was a little bit unfair there, but Canberra here is still currently staying on the back of G. So the Only G is obviously struggling without that slipstream now. He can't quite catch the guys in front. He's catching Smokey Devil a little bit. He's only a second and a half away, but the Only G trying to go for his championship. But as of right now, Flaky is only now starting to catch up to Fury, starting to lap much faster than Fury, and I would say he's only 2 seconds off Fury right now. But going on to lap 10, currently Duane Pop still leads this race, but Smokey Devil is starting to hunt him down a little bit, still lapping a little bit faster, but maybe Duane Pop is keeping it nice and steady. But at the same time, the Only G will be hunting him, and Canberra is also sticking with these guys. So Canberra as well doing a fantastic job in that other Ford GT. The bright yellow Ford GT, he's coming across the line now. Can he lap as quickly as the guys in front? He's lapping consistently with the guys in front, but he lapped the same as Duane Pop. So the top 4 lapping relatively quickly. As we see now, Flaky is starting to catch to the back of Fury. These two starting to get close. Flaky needs to start clearing cars. He's got a massive gap towards Fury and Ugbar, so it's going to be tricky for him in the last few laps. He's got to hope that something happens to the leaders. But only 2/10 Smokey Devil took out of Duane Pop that lap. So Duane Pop currently at the minute is currently still holding on to the championship. Currently holding on to the lead at the minute. But the Only G scoring as many points as he can possibly can. Doing a 1:42.6. I think G's best lap so far is a 1:42.3. I'm pretty sure, but I wouldn't go by what I just said. I'd be checking that at the end of the race to see who gets that extra fastest lap. But at the minute, Duane Pop still looking good for the race lead. Smokey Devil not far behind, and the Only G as well, hunting these guys down. But we need to look back towards Flaky and Fury. These guys are going to be battling out for the last few laps, and Flaky needs to make sure he gets in front of Fury to make sure G doesn't get too much of an advantage in points right now. And as we see, Flaky gets a great run. Will he look down the inside? Will Fury fight him? I don't think Fury's going to fight him too hard. Or he does. He breaks much later than he needed to, but Fury holds on to that place, and Flaky having to be very careful as he goes through the bus stop not to get caught up in Fury. But he needs to get past Fury as quickly as possible, because the longer he stays behind Fury, the longer Fury will learn his lines and start to figure out where he goes. But I want to stick with this battle at the minute, but it looks like the leaders are getting much closer as well. Flaky looking to the inside, Fury stays to the outside. I don't know if Fury's going to fight this too much. Fury's just going to let Flaky go by the looks of things. He's had a bit of a fight with him, and Fury's outbraked himself and hit Flaky. Fury, you do not want to be doing that in this race, mate. You do not want to be hitting the championship leader, mate. You just want to let him go, let them fight. And it looks like we're having stream issues again. But as of right now, Flaky is now in front of Fury. But we go back to the front. Smoky Devil was gaining onto the back of Dwayne Pop, but at this minute, the Only G is not making enough edgeway to catch these guys at this minute. But Dwayne Pop is doing a fantastic job at the minute, still holding on to the race lead. But Smoky Devil is trying to hunt him down. Looks like he overshot one of the corners, but the Only G is still trying his very best to hunt these guys down, try and score as much points as possible and take this championship for a third time. But Flaky now 10 seconds back from Ugbar, and Ugbar is having a fight with Camber now, so Ugbar has brought that gap down. But we look back to the front as Smoky Devil is bringing it down to 6/10. That Corvette is absolutely flying right now. Can he get past Dwayne Pop and take the race win here on the final lap? I'm not sure. The Only G seems to have lost a lot of pace here. He's 3 seconds back from these guys. He's not lapping as fast as they are. But Smoky Devil, this is his chance to win the sprint race. And Dwayne Pop's outbraked himself into turn 1. This is giving Smoky Devil the inside of that corner, but he gets the outside of the hairpin, and Dwayne Pop fights him. And if these two get together, the Only G will be looking pretty for a race win. And Smoky Devil gets pushed out wide. Dwayne Pop holds on to the race lead as of right now. But the Only G is caught right up to the back of these guys. And we look back here, Ugbar has managed to get past Camber as well, so he missed that fight as well, missed that move. But the current leaders are battling it out. The Only G does not want to get too much involved in this. He just needs to take the points. Flaky will not get any higher than 6th unless something bad happens to Ugbar and Camber, but they look like they've sorted themselves out. But he also wants to get past Smoky Devil. Will G get a run off the bank? He will get the slipstream. So if he gets 2nd place, this will be ideal for the Only G, scoring more points away from Flaky. But Flaky will also get the slipstream off Dwayne Pop. Can Dwayne Pop hold on through the bus stop chicane? Can the Only G get past the pair of them? Currently right now, the Only G looks like he's a lot closer than the rest of them, but as Dwayne Pop gets into the bus stop, Smoky throwing it in there, but I think he's overshot himself a little bit. Dwayne Pop holds on to the race lead, and I think he might hang on. But and I think Smoky Devil will take 2nd place as well. But Dwayne Dobb did a fantastic job. He took the race he tricked the race lead, and he hasn't looked back since. He had a little hiccup into turn 1. Smoky Devil is getting the run. He might get him on the line. It's going to be tight. But Dwayne Pop will take the sprint race here at Daytona Road Course. Smoky Devil really close. The Only G, most importantly, takes 3rd place. Ugbar takes 4th. Camber 5th. But it looks like Camber goes into 4th due to penalty, so Ugbar goes into 5th place. Flaky comes across the line now. Where does he finish? What time does he does? Does he get ahead of Ugbar? No, he will stay in 6th. Fury doing a fantastic job to stay out of the way of the championship rivals. Great, you did a fantastic job of staying out of the way. Emo Guy takes 8th. Cinderella Tour with that little mistake going into the first corner. He's coming across the line now to finish in 9th. What could have been, Cinderella? You were looking quick, mate, but the little mistake. And then we finally have Rompu coming across the line, and we're going to finish in 10th place. Bad luck for Rompu this race. And then finally we have DJ Phil coming across the line, or coming across the bus stop chicane. Always here to support every tour, DJ Phil. He does a fantastic job of getting out of the way when he is being lapped, and it's fantastic to have DJ Phil racing in this championship this season. But sporting the BMW as well, nice to see a different manufacturer as well. But here he comes across the line, DJ Phil, to finish in 11th place, as we lost Zande as he retired out. But congratulations to Dwayne Pop, who takes the race, sprint race here at Daytona. I just got to make sure to see who has taken the fastest lap, and the Only G does a 1:42.3. Ugbar does a 1:42.5, and I believe the Only G takes the extra fastest lap point as well, the fastest man of that session, so he takes the extra point as well. More points taken away from Flaky. But we're now just going to go into a little break while these guys get themselves sorted. But the championship is hotting up. Make sure you stick by for qualifying and the feature race. We'll be right back with you in a second. Good race, man. You were starting to catch Lee. I'll tell you who was flying was emo guy. His Ferrari was quick in a straight line. Yeah, I got it on the stream. I think he misjudged his braking. But Flaky had a terrible race. He got stuck behind Fury for ages. We had a little buffeting moment, but I think it sorted itself out. But no, that was a good race. You did well, man. Good recovery. You got the fastest lap as well, so I don't know if you counted that as well. You can do it, dude. It is whatever. Fury, they made contact with him, so he might be making an appeal about Fury. Yeah, into turn one, he hit the rear of him and pushed him out wide, so Flaky might put a report in on Fury. And I was watching it, and it does look like Fury missed his braking point, and he hit him square in the rear, so it might be a slam dunk for Fury. 24 laps. What's is it lap 8? Right. And there's no weather change, it's just dry all the way through. Alright, okay, so what, you're 13 points? You said you're 16 points back. Well, he seems to be, Flaky did, when in practice, he was quickest. He did 142. Oh, okay. Everyone else was doing 143, so... Where can I see the points table? I take it the points table is exactly the same for everything. Standings. I'm so stupid, man. Standings. Oh, it's right at the top, isn't it? Is that the top? Oh no, I didn't mean the. Where do I see the point? Yeah, where like what you earn for each pace. Rules, right? Yeah, no, that's alright. I got it. Open. Oh, what? I was in a Word document. Hang on. I was trying to do it on my phone, but we'll do it through this way. Once you're ready, man, just get going and I'll figure this out. He needs to finish 5th. I don't know. Right. He needs to finish 7th. We will see. We'll see if anyone puts an inquiry for the sprint race, but what's the points? God, why did I leave my glasses in the car? Aha. Right, okay. So you're 16 points back, aren't you? So you did 35. Yeah, he needs to come 7th. So he has to do 6th or better and he wins the title. And you just got to go out and win. No pressure, mate. Welcome back, guys. We are here for the qualifying session here at Daytona Road Course. We are now into the final race of this GTE Championship. I am Unorthodubz, aka Dan Davis, but thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to the final between Flaky and the Only G. We've just been sitting here trying to figure out the points at this current stage. Flaky still leads the championship by 16 points. So all he needs to do in this race is finish 6th or higher if the Only G wins the race, and Flaky will be champion. I know that'll be sitting in the back of his mind, but the Only G knows what he needs to do. He needs to go out and win this race, so it's very important that he sticks it on pole position. But anything can happen. The rest of the guys will want to finish the season on a high, get a podium or get a race win, and we know after that race Dwayne Pop taking his race win in the sprint race, which I know he'll be feeling so good about this feature race, which will really hype him up. But I want to see you guys in the comments. Let me see who you think will be taking the championship tonight and who will be taking the race win. I know it's going to be tight between the Only G and Flaky for the championship. Let's see who is supporting who, but I'm not going to make my predictions because I know when my predictions get involved, it messes up the whole thing. So it's down to you guys in the comments. Let's see what you guys think is going to happen. But we're into a 15-minute qualifying session. So these guys will make final tweaks to their cars to make sure they will be the fastest here tonight. But Dwayne Pop will be feeling good after that race win. Smoky Devil as well will be feeling good after getting a 2nd place and a podium in that last race, and the Only G as well will be feeling good that he's got a 3rd and has brought the points down. But we are currently looking at Flaky trying to hold on to this championship. The sprint race didn't really go to plan, but as of right now he's doing everything he needs to do. Remember, 6th or higher if the Only G wins, and Flaky will be champion. If Flaky finishes 7th or lower and the Only G wins, the Only G will be champion. So down to the final race here at the Daytona Road Course circuit. We're currently watching Flaky right now going around the track, but I want to take a lap if I possibly can. We'll do a lap with Camber. We'll do a lap around Daytona as we go into turn 1. Very easy to miss your braking point, but Camber's got it down, misses the apex a little bit. It's very easy to do to run wide, but we now go into this quick chicane, full flat out through there, and we now hit the braking point into the hairpin. A bit of a late apex, but Camber choosing to go an early apex and then run it out wide as fast as he can. Going up the gears now, going through as quickly as possible and into a quick left. Want to clip that curb on the inside, and when he does so, sometimes it can push you off balance, but in this case he does a beautiful job. A late apex hairpin here, very tricky, but you can then run it out wide. But the rear we want to step out, and Campbell does a great job of keeping it straight. Going into this left-hander now, trying to hit that apex and let the car run wide. Again, there's a bump as you come out, and it's very easy for the car to slide. We're now going into the bank, hitting all the gears, going up into top gear. This is where you want your downforce to be as low as possible so that you can get top speed. And he's coming down the bank now towards the bus stop chicane. It's very difficult to judge where you want to brake, but you should be able to see the marker boards, and there they are. And he hits the brakes just at 100 meter and he goes into the first chicane, clips that curb, clips the second curb, clips the third, and through he goes. You push it out wide there, and then into the final bank. After everything you've done, it will take an eternity to get around here, but Camber is making it work right now. This is a good, clean, tidy lap from Camber, and he comes down the straight now. Can he get anywhere near the guys right now? As we see, the OG does a 1:42.3 as his fastest lap. What can Camber do here? Crosses the line, he does a 1:44 dead, so it's a good start for Camber. He should be able to find more time out there, but that is a lap of a Daytona road course. Currently we have all 13 cars out on track. We have the only G who's gone fastest at this minute. Emo Guy is a second and a half down on the only G, and he looks like he's trying to get out of the way. Cinderella Tour trying to get a slipstream. I'm not sure why, but you want to get a slipstream down the back straight. Let's see where the other championship leader is at the minute. He's coming around the final part of the bank. What can Flaky do on this lap? He really needs to make sure he sticks with G at this minute. Does not want to let him get any cars between himself and the others, but here comes Flaky now. I believe this will be his first lap, and he comes across the line. What does he do on this lap? And he puts himself second, a 42.9, 5/10 off the only G. So currently the only G is on pole, and Flaky really pushing that Corvette to the limit. And he's going to have a little bit of traffic of Zande, who I believe is starting his first lap around here. But those guys, the championship contenders, are the only ones in the 42s. Wow, this is going to be tight. Emo going up Ferrari seems to have a lot of straight line on this circuit, and he's getting a little bit of a slipstream off the back of Cinderella Tour. Cinderella Tour minding his own business, trying to get a slipstream earlier, but here comes Emo Guy. Will he improve? He doesn't improve, but I believe he's starting this lap. Will Cinderella Tour make sure he gets out of his way, or Cinderella Tour doing another lap? Duane Pop improves his lap time then, comes up. He does, he moves into 5th place behind Emo Guy. The man we were running with a second ago. Camber comes across the line. Does he improve? He doesn't improve that lap, but currently seeing in the comments, Fury, we're seeing Laura here. Come on, Smokey Devil. Yep, Smokey Devil did a fantastic job in that first race, getting a second, and well done to him. And we're seeing Fury's granddad as well, saying, come on, Fury. Come on, Fury, let's get a lap done. Let's see how quick you can get around here. But he's coming through the final bank now. We're going to run with him until the end, Fury's granddad, just for you. We're going to see what lap time he can improve here. Normally he's flashing his lights, but I believe tonight he is full concentration tonight. No flashy tonight. As he comes across the line, does Fury improve on this lap time? He comes across the line now, and he does. He gets himself into 7th place, which is good for Fury. He then gets demoted straight away after Zande crosses the line and goes into 8th place. So we've got currently 9 people watching the stream, and we've only got 7 likes. So the 2 people who aren't liked this video, please hit that like button and try and get this video as high as possible. But we are here for the finale of GTE. DJ Phil getting out of the way of Zande there. Zande runs really wide, and I'm pretty sure he'll get a slowdown there. But as you notice as well, the only G has improved his lap time. Crosses the line, and he doesn't improve that time, but he does a 1:42.0 the lap before, so he extends his gap to Flaky. Can Flaky respawn to that? He's got DJ Phil right in his way at the minute, but will DJ Phil get out of his way, which he does so. So now Flaky can go and try and improve on the lap time. He might get a slipstream off the back of Zande, but the best of the rest at the minute is Emo Guy, who's still stuck behind Cinderella Tour, unless he wants a slipstream. But Cinderella Tour is really holding up Emo Guy here, but if he's on a hot lap, he's not entitled to get out the way. So Cinderella Tour minding his own business. Ugbar as well, doing well in the Corvette. He's up into 4th place, a second and 1.2 seconds off the fastest lap time of this session. But Ugbar's very good around Daytona. He says he enjoys racing around here, and it's a circuit that he's normally quick at, so it's not surprising to see him up there in 4th place. Then we've got Duane Pop. He's look like he's made a few adjustments, and he looks like he's coming back out. Our race winner in the sprint race is now looking to come back out and try and see if he can improve on his lap time. Cinderella Tour was having a little bit of a dice with Emo Guy. I'm not sure where he's gone now. And Emo Guy's got back in front of him now, but currently in 6th place. Cinderella Tour wasn't the best race one for him, but let's see if he can improve in this feature race. Zande, we sadly see him retire or disconnect. I'm not sure what happened there, but he definitely dropped out of the session. And with Zande in front, it looks like Flaky has improved his lap time by getting a little bit of a slipstream, which has helped him. Then we've got Canberra in 8th place, our on-board man. He currently is going around into turn 1. In the mid-pack at the minute, and not quite finding the time that he needs to find. Fury as well seems to be struggling around here. Not quite got the pace of the rest of the guys. Ratchidas as well, after leading early parts of that first race, dropped it all on his own and lost out on the race win that could have been his. But we also got Rompu as well, caught up in all sorts of problems in that race. But we've got Smokey Devil, our 2nd place man from the sprint race. He did a fantastic job to hold on to the Only G at the end and nearly caught Duane Pop on the line, but it was very, very close. And then finally we got the DJ Phil Green at the back, always representing us here tonight, always doing laps, and I think he's put in more laps in different cars than most drivers here. He does more championships than most drivers here, and it's always great to see DJ Phil out on track. And I'm pretty sure he'll be enjoying this season and wanting to come back next season as well. But currently right now, the Only G is currently on pole position. They got about 4.5 minutes left of this session. So if they want to get a few tweaks in, the best time would be in now, get some temperature in the tyres and get back out and give it a go. But I'm pretty sure all these guys have already done that. We're seeing the Only G coming through with bus stop chicane, coming around the final corner now into the bank. He's got half a second in front of Flaky. G really needs oh well, no wait, sorry, Zande goes into 2nd. I thought that was Flaky, but Zande has split the championship contenders at this minute. So we have a Corvette in between, and it looks like G is peeling for the pits, and it looks like he's going to top up some fuel by the looks of things, or we're just going to make a few adjustments. But Uni G pulling to one side there, but Zande doing a fantastic job to get in between the championship contenders, but that won't do Flaky any good whatsoever. He will not be happy about that. Another car between him and G. Emo Guy still a second and a bit off the pace, but I'm sure he'll be making the final adjustments and he'll be trying to get into that fight as well. Ugbar coming through the bus stop chicane as of right now, really pushing that Corvette to its limits. Can he get himself in between, or gets himself in front of Emo Guy, possibly get near the championship contenders? But as of right now, Ugbar coming around the bank corner, stayed out of trouble, which helped him, but he's coming down the back straight now, looking to come across the line. Will he improve on his lap time? Ugbar crosses the line now. Does he improve? He does not, but I think it might have been an out lap for him. But trying to see if anyone's out on a good lap time. We're trying to see here Duane Pop coming around the bank corner. Can he improve his lap time? Get another opportunity to take a race win here tonight. Seems to be doing really well here at Daytona Road Course. As he comes around towards the line now, does he improve? He does not. He stays in 6th place. So now we're getting to that stage where drivers are trying to push it to that extra limit and trying to find that extra bit of pace. Ratchidas crosses the line. Does he improve? He does, but he doesn't move any higher than 8th place at this stage. Come on, guys who are in the comments, I want to hear what everyone thinks, who's going to win this race here tonight. Let's hear your predictions, and also I want to hear your predictions of who you think will take the championship. Will it be the Only G or will it be Flaky? Just to remind everyone that Flaky, all he needs to do is come in the top 6, and if Only G wins, if the Only G wins and Flaky is in the top 6, Flaky will be champion. And he needs to make sure he stays out of trouble, doesn't get involved in any sort of problems in this race. But I'm currently seeing Flaky coming across the line. I believe this is his out lap, and I believe it is. But we got I believe 10 cars on track at this stage. Not sure what's happening with Ratchidas and Fury. Maybe they're making final changes, but I don't think they're going to get out in time. So that's their session done. Zande's session is done as well. They will not get out in time. If they do, they're just going to hinder the traffic As we see in the Oni G going through the bus stop chicane into the bank. Can the Oni G improve? Where's Zande? He's in the infill section, but currently the Oni G being separated from Flaky by Zande. Zande doing a fantastic lap to do a 1:42.5. Can the Oni G improve his lap time and extend his gap? Here he comes now across the line. Will he go faster this lap? Crosses the line. And he doesn't improve. He stays in first, obviously, but with a 42.0. You see Flaky going into the bank now. Can anyone improve on the lap time? It looks like Flaky has got a slipstream off the back of Emo Guy, so that might help Flaky out. Flaky trying to use the traffic. The Oni G preferring to be all on his own. But it looks like Camber's improving. He's gone really deep in there and is really tight at the minute. Between, I believe between Cinderella Tour all the way up to Emo Guy is between 3/10. Is that close between 4th to 9th. That's how close it is between them, and the guys at the front really done a fantastic lap time. But as we see now, Emo Guy coming around the bank. I don't think he's going to get another lap in, but he's going to finish this session, and so is Flaky. So here we go. Emo Guy, will he improve on this lap? He does. He makes a 10th, but Flaky doesn't. He will start 3rd in this race behind Zande. Emo Guy in 4th place, unless someone else can top these guys. Here comes Ugbar to finish his lap. Can he improve? There's only 2 tenths to Emo Guy. Can he improve on this lap? He does not. DJ Phil crosses the line and finish his session as well. We have Rompu and Smoky Devil, I believe, drafting each other. I believe Ratchet Ass will be the final car to finish his lap time. Smoky Devil drops it. He drops it all on his own. Where is Rompu? And Rompu's off as well. These guys got caught together right at the end of qualifying. That's just a bit silly from those guys, but we just got Ratchet Ass, the only guy to finish. He's coming towards the bus stop chicane now. Can Ratchet Ass pull something out of the bag? Can he upset the championship? Or will he end up just staying in 10th place right now? We're currently watching Ratchet Ass coming through into the bank. Early race leader of the sprint race. Can he improve on this lap? I believe, just looking back there, I'm looking at the footage of Smoky Devil and Rompu, and it looks like Smoky Devil may have got a little bit too close to Rompu and they came together. But Ratchet Ass coming now towards the line. Can he improve on 10th place? We shall have a look and see. Does he improve on 10th? Will he do any better? No, he stays in 10th place. So currently the Oni G has done exactly what he needed to do. He is on pole position. But most importantly, Zande has separated the two with Flaky in 3rd. Not a great start for Flaky, but he just needs to come in the top 6 and possibly get the fastest lap. Emo Guy 4th, Camber 5th, and I believe Ugbar is in 6th place as well. No, sorry, Dwayne Pop in 6th, Ugbar 7th, Cinderella Tour, Smoky Devil, Ratchet Ass, Fury, Rompu, and DJ Phil. To the guys on the grid and to everyone else who are listening, the pit window is open on lap 8. I'll just double check on the Discord that that is correct, but I've been told that the pit window will be lap 8. And I'm just confirming it. Yes, the pit window will open at lap 8. So if any of these guys pit early, they will get either a penalty or disqualification. I'm not sure what would happen to them, but they will get some sort of penalty. This will be a rolling start, so that's even better for some of these guys, especially for the likes of the Oni G. But we got to keep an eye out on Zande, Emo Guy, and a couple others. But Flaky and the Oni G will want to make sure that they have a clean start and they run away with this race. Come on, guys, let's hear your predictions. But currently right now we are struggling with the internet. The Oni G just messaged me with internet issues, but hopefully it will come back very soon to anyone who's listening on my stream. Currently just waiting for it to sort itself out. Right, to anyone who is listening in on my one now, but As they start to roll away from the grid, we have the Unorthodubz who's on pole position as of right now, and they come away from the line. The Unorthodubz gets a great start. Emo Guy gets a great start as well, and is already in front of Flaky. Flaky has dropped the place, but Xande is going right around the outside of the Unorthodubz, and Xande misses his breaking point, and Flaky's right there as well. The Unorthodubz having a little bit of glitching issues, but he's away and leading this race. But Xande and Flaky are going at it, and Flaky stays in second place right now. We're looking back, and DJ Phil's made a lot of places. What's going on here? We have several cars off. We have Rompu, Camber, Cinderella Tour, Smoky Devil, Rashias, and Dwayne Pop all off on the first corner. I'm not sure what's happened there, but all those guys have lost out massively. Fury's made up places, but currently watching the Unorthodubz all over the back of Flaky. Flaky trying to mic his way through, but Xande has lost out to Flaky, and Flaky is all over the back of the Unorthodubz. He doesn't need to pass him, he just needs to follow him home. That's all he needs to do. But I really hope that the stream will come back, because this is going to be a fantastic battle towards the end of the night. 24 laps of Daytona road course. But the Unorthodubz doing everything he needs to do. He needs to make sure he breaks that toe away from Flaky. Flaky trying to hunt him down, but Xande's had a great run off the bank, and he's trying to look at trying to get past Flaky, but Flaky... Xande has dropped it. He's dropped it again in the bus stop. That seems to be his kryptonite, but he needs to get going as quickly as possible. So a man that could have upset the race has managed to drop it into that corner, but unlucky for Xande. He really needs to get that corner down, but right now Flaky seems to be hunting down the Unorthodubz. I don't really want to be going away from any other fight, but Emo Guy is starting to catch on to the back of these guys. Canberra and Xande are having a battle. Rompu, Cinderella Tour, and Dwayne Pop all trying to recover. And Arachidas isn't too far behind, but we go back to the front, and Flaky and the Unorthodubz are all over each other. Flaky trying to give the Unorthodubz something to think about. Remember, there's an extra point for fastest lap, and right now the Unorthodubz is currently leading away. Flaky right behind, and Emo Guy is close to these guys as well, so maybe Emo Guy can get in and get involved as well. Hookbar sitting in 4th place, Fury as well in 5th. They've had a quiet start, and DJ Phil in 6th place doing a fantastic job. Canberra 7th, 8th, Cinderella Tour trying to hold back Rompu and Dwayne Pop and Rachidas, so he's doing a fantastic job to keep them guys behind. But it looks like all those guys got caught up in all the first corner melee. And we've got Xande, he's dropped further back. He's now back with Smoky Devil, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But we look back to the front, and Flaky is right behind the Unorthodubz. He's got his slipstream, and he's looking to the outside. But the Unorthodubz will be making sure that he does not get past. The Unorthodubz is exactly where he needs to be. Flaky really trying his best to try and get past if he can. The Unorthodubz defending the inside. Flaky really has to be careful. He does not want to be getting involved of hitting the Unorthodubz right now. But if he does, I'm pretty sure the Unorthodubz will put a steward's inquiry in. But I believe we're starting to get the stream back. Have we got the stream back? I hope so. But currently right now, the Unorthodubz has managed to pull away from the guys in front. Emo Guy not far behind as well, trying to stay onto the back of them. But I really hope the stream sorts itself out, because we are having a fantastic race right now, watching the championship contenders. And it looks like G just went a little bit deep into that corner. He's pushing the limit right now, but the Unorthodubz currently leading away. Flaky right behind. It's very difficult to move away from this battle, because this is the championship right now, and as of this minute, Flaky will be champion. And we see DJ Phil, and he's got caught up with Rompu, Cinderella Tour, and Dwayne Pop as well, Rachidas and Smoky Devil as well. Oh my god! Oh, Dwayne Pop, after a fantastic race one, has been caught up in all sorts of problems. DJ Phil and Xande right far back as well. But we look back to the front, Smoky Devil really trying to hold back on the Unorthodubz right now, and the Unorthodubz just pulling away as much as he can, but he has no slipstream. He can't slipstream anyone. But remembering that on lap 8 these guys can pit, so I'm not sure what these guys are going to do. But trying to sort out the buffeting. Hopefully the internet will sort itself out. It's not on my end, I know for sure, and the worrying thing is I know what end of the buffeting it's coming from, and it's the only G's internet, so hopefully his internet will not crash. But he's currently still leading away. Flaky is in third place and hunting down the leaders now. He's probably lapping a little bit quicker than these guys in front. Emo Guy having a fantastic race too, but Ugbar as well, not too far back from these guys as well, so it's really interesting. Fury in 5th place again, he's only 8 seconds back and having a quiet race all on his own. Camber trying to recover, Ratchida, Cinderella Tour, and these guys are all finally spreading themselves out, but we finally have them all spread out a little bit, but still at the front. Flaky trying to bring that gap down, but Emo Guy is starting the hunt down Flaky and bringing that gap down. Flaky seems to be struggling a little bit. The only G has finally got some breathing space between him and Flaky, but G really needs a miracle right now to happen, because at this minute Flaky will be taking the championship and taking his title away. But currently look back now, Smoky Devil is still ahead of Rompu and ahead of Duane Pop. These guys got caught up in all sorts of chaos in the first corner earlier on in this race, but they're really hounding each other now, as we see Flaky and Emo Guy in that fast Ferrari. He seems to have a great setup around the bank, and it looks like he's bringing that gap down to Flaky. Yoni G doing exactly what he needs out in front, but the Emo Guy, I think he's made a slight mistake into the bus stop, so that means he's lost time to Flaky. Right now G needs the Emo Guy to get involved and really upset Flaky a little bit, put him under pressure, but as of right now Flaky doing everything he needs to do to win the championship. As you look here, Smoky Devil still ahead of Cinderella Tour right now, and Duane Pop is caught right onto the back of Rompu. Rompu trying to hold on to that place, but we see Duane Pop is getting a great slipstream here. And is he going to go to the outside? What's he going to do? Is he going to send him a dot? He goes to the outside. Rompu goes to the inside. Can these guys keep it clean into turn 1? Duane Pop go right around the outside. Seems to have a better straight line. And he gets into the corner. Rompu making sure he needs to get that car stopped. And he gives him a slight tap. And pushes him out wide. But Rompu rightly stays behind. We need to keep an eye on what's going on at the front. The only G still currently leading away. But we got Flaky in second and Emo Guy in third. Emo Guy trying to bring that gap down to Flaky. But as of right now, he can't seem to get that gap down. He's not quite close enough for the slipstream. We'll follow him into the bus stop, and hopefully we don't curse him too much going into the bus stop. But I really hope the stream comes back. But here we go. Emo Guy going into the bus stop chicane. He's really pushing the limit of that Ferrari. He does it beautifully there, trying to bring that gap down to Flaky, but he can't quite do so. But the only G currently out in front, and at the minute setting lap times are 1:42.7. He is flying at the minute, all on his own. Ugbar has picked himself up a penalty, and so has Ratchidas and Smoky Devil. We look back, here's Duane Pop, Rompu, and Cinderella Tour. But we've got to go back to the front, because it looks like Emo Guy has caught a massive amount onto the back of Flaky. Flaky currently trying to hold on to second place right now, but Emo Guy will not let him get away. Emo Guy bringing that gap down as quickly as he can. Going back to this fight here, and they kind of spreaded themselves out a little bit, but Emo Guy trying everything to get onto the back of Flaky. He can't do much at this stage. The only G is still pumping in fast lap times in 1:42s, while everyone else is still in the 1:43s. But Flaky currently at the minute still champion at this minute. 2 laps to go until allow for the pit lane to be open. And it looks like Emo Guy has lost a lot of time there to Flaky. We need to go back to this fight. Duane Pop, Cinderella Tour, and Rompu. These guys fighting hard. Rompu on the inside of Cinderella Tour. The Ford GT fight. We're not here in Le Mans, but we're here in Daytona, and the 4 GTs are at the minute only one is leading this race. But Rompu trying to find a way past. Cinderella Tour, can he do it on the inside of this left-hander? Hopefully he can. And he kind of throws it in there. But looks like Cinderella Tour hangs in there, but he will have the slipstream Rompu. Rompu looking to get a good line out the bank, and he looks towards the outside, but Cinderella Tour's slipstream minus a rear wing seems to be helping him right now. But he's looking, having a look down the inside. Can he throw one down the inside? No, he hasn't got the top line speed. But Rompu trying his very best to get involved in this fight. Looks like Duane Pop has lost a bit of time to these guys. Now Duane Pop is a little bit closer to these guys, and Cinderella Tour might be getting a slipstream advantage at this stage. Currently right now we're looking at Duane Pop trying to hold back on Cinderella Tour, who's got a much better straight line speed than these guys at this minute. The only fight on circuit, but he looks like he's outbraked himself, and Rompu is right behind him. Rompu seems to be much faster in this infield section than the rest, but at this stage right now, Rompu trying to make his way through past Cinderella Tour. Cinderella Tour is also trying to make his way past Duane Pop, but he doesn't seem to be able to get past at this stage. I'm really trying to sort out the stream here, guys. Hopefully we'll come back, but at the minute the only G still leading out in front, but he needs something bad to happen to to Flaky right now, because as of this minute he is going to lose the championship. Flaky's doing everything that he needs to do. Stream and also what's going on circuit, but as of right now, Flaky going really wide there, and Emo Guy doesn't seem to have the pace to keep with the leaders at this stage. But Luke Barr on his own there in 4th place, and Fury also in 5th, having a very quiet race, but keeping it clean, keeping it on the track. And I think we are starting to get the stream back. I am not 100% sure, but we look like we are having the stream coming back. Finally, G's internet is sorting itself out, fingers crossed, but I'm not cursing it yet. If you guys have finally rejoined us at this stage, we're currently watching the only G still leading out in front, but at this minute it's not enough. Flaky is currently in 2nd place, still doing what he needs to do to win the championship. Emo Guy has lost loads of time to these guys and has dropped right off the pace, but yeah, as of right now, the pit window has opened now, so now the guys can pit on this lap. So it's up to them what they want to do. I really hope that you guys can hear me and hear and see what's going on, but hopefully the stream will start sorting itself out. The only G will stay out, and Flaky is staying out as well, but they got to be careful when coming to the pits, because it's very easy to misjudge the braking point and get a penalty from speeding, or even get a disqualification. But it looks like we are back and up and running on the stream with no issues. I say that and it starts glitching out again, but we're currently watching Duane Pop and Camber going at it into the bank now. Can Camber get this move done? Can he finish this move off? He looks like he's dropped loads of time actually, and is he going to go into the pits? I don't think so. He's just defending his line, and here comes Cinderella Tour flying with that slipstream advantage. Here he comes, he swoops down to the inside. Will he get past Duane Pop as well? Not quite, but these GTs are oh my god, Cinderella Tour pushes Duane Pop right out of the way. Camber gets past, and will Rompu as well? No, Rompu's not close enough. A 4-way Ford GT battle right now. Rompu shoves it down the inside to get past Camber. Camber loses his out there, but there comes Rompu as well. He switches underneath. Can he get a run on Duane Pop now? Can he get past him? But these 4 GTs putting on a fantastic battle, but as of now, Cinderella Tour has managed to pull it away. But Rompu gets right onto the back of Duane Pop there. Duane Pop seems to be struggling. Rompu has made a mistake! Sorry, not Rompu. Cinderella Tour has managed to just drop it a little bit, and he's now lost. Oh my god! Carnage there into the corner. That's going to help Smoky Devil. All the 4 GTs came crashing into each other. And it's still going on. Cinderella Tour has squeezed Rompu into the wall. I don't think that's fair on him there. And Camber right onto the bottom of the infield. I believe Smoky Devil was going to get past Cinderella Tour. If I was Cinderella, I'd be backing off and letting Rompu pass, because he properly pushed him into the wall. He had no option where to go. But can Smoky Devil get the job done? He's going to outbreak Cinderella Tour. He does so. Who's that behind as well? Camber and Rompu all still battling out for that position, but these guys are all tripping over each other. And we've still got the stream buffeting a little bit, but we got some sort of action going on here. And I really hope it's starting to sort itself out a little bit better. But as of right now, these guys fighting really hard. The 4 GTs all got together and hit each other, but these boys are tripping over each other. Camber finally decides he's going to pit. He's going to be the first out of all of them to pit. I believe he's the first one in. So how quick is Camber going to be? We'll see what he can do while he's in the pit. But as of right now, whoa, hang on a minute. What's happened to the only G? G was leading and now he's in 3rd place. What has happened to the only G? What's happening to Emo Guy? He keeps crashing into the wall. Well, as of right now, Flaky is leading the race. And he definitely will win the championship if he finishes in this position. The only G, what has happened? Has he had internet issues? He looks to be struggling. But he's going at it still. Emo Guy currently sat in 2nd right now. Ugbar's dropped it into the bus stop. Oh, that was the worst time for me to drop onto Ugbar, but Ugbar's dropped it into there. Fury's going to try and catch up to him as quickly as possible. But we need to go back to the front. The only G, what's he going to do? He's going to pit. So whatever's happened to him has happened badly for him. So he needs to come into the pit and get his pit stop done and out of the way and try and get into clear air. But I'm not sure where he's going to pop out to. He might pop out into this fight between Duane Pop, Smoky Devil and Cinderella. And I don't know what Cinderella's doing there. He's cut the bus stop chicane massively. Cinderella Tour, I caught that, so you be... it's a little bit naughty there, Cinderella Tour, but Rompu as well right behind. So where's the only G? Where's the only G? He's now popping out of the pit lane. Where did he come out of? He is in front of... He's going to come out behind Ugbar. No, he hangs out in front of Ugbar, so he's only got Rachidas in front of him at the minute. So he just needs to clear out Rachidas, and he should have some clean air. But hopefully Rachidas will either pit this lap or he'll get out of the only G's way. But as of right now, Flaky is leading this race. We're not sure how he had hold of the race lead, but I'm not sure what's going on there. But the only G had made a mistake somewhere, and that's not what he wants to do. He's losing his championship title right now to Flaky, and Flaky's just staying consistent. We've got Rachidas in between and Emo Guy between Flaky, but these guys have not pitted yet. And I believe the stream is starting to sort itself out again, as you see Cinderella Tour and Rompu going at it. Rompu finally getting past Cinderella Tour. These guys have been battling for God knows how long. But Rompu and Cinderella's got such a better straight line. Whatever he's done to that car, he's properly hooked it up. And he's going around the outside. As we've seen, Emo Guy is pitting as well, so he's going to get his pit stop done out of the way. Cinderella Tour is going to try and hang it out on the outside, but he can't do it. Rompu has the better downforce through there and pulls away. But currently Flaky staying out in front. Emo Guy is in the pits. Where is the only G? The only G is now coming out of the final bank. Will he pass Emo Guy? I believe he will. He's going to be at much higher top speed. Emo Guy now coming out the pit lane. He has to make his way around the course a little bit, that inside section, but It's going to be close. Emo Guy gets inside, but only G hangs in there and takes second, what is technically second place. He needs to clear Ratchet as quickly as possible. I know G will be getting really frustrated with Ratchet right now. Ratchet is looking like he's getting out of the way of the Only G, and the Only G goes into second place. These guys really don't want to get involved in this championship. They really don't want to be the reason that one of these guys lose the championship. But currently Flaky is 30 seconds down the road. Is that enough to get out in front of G? But currently the Only G is sat in second, but he has his pit stop done and out the way. He lost the race lead somehow, but we're not sure how he lost it. Emo Guy was 8 seconds back, and he's currently 4 seconds back to Only G. So at this minute, Flaky, I believe, will stay in front if it's a standard pit stop. We are only halfway through this race, so still anything can happen. Ugbar is on the back of Emo Guy, but Emo Guy has got his pit stop done and out the way. But I really, this stream is really struggling. Everyone else seems to have settled down a little bit. There's a little bit of a fight between Camber and DJ Phil right now, but right now DJ Phil is trying to get past Camber and looking back to the front. Smoky Devil is starting to catch up to Ugbar, but Ugbar is still keeping tabs with Emo Guy. Yoni G, Flaky staying out. Flaky staying out and trying to do as fast lap times as possible, but G needs to start pumping in those lap times and bringing that gap down. And Emo Guy will be wanting to stick right back with him. Ugbar gets in and has his pit stop, and let's see if Ugbar can get any places in this situation right now. But as of right now, Flaky is still leading this pack away from the Only G, but remember, we still need to wait for Flaky to come in the pits, and I think the Only G has the fastest lap at this stage. So as of right now, Flaky will be champion. But G has got all the work to do now, and he needs something to happen to G. Welcome back to everyone. I'm sorry about the internet issues, but I think we're up and running again. What you've missed so far is the Only G has pitted, Emo Guy has pitted, but Flaky's still out in front. Emo Guy has been consistently with Flaky, but the Only G had made a mistake somewhere. We're not sure where, or something had happened to him that made him lose the race lead and having to fight Emo Guy. But Flaky currently leading out here in the feature race at Daytona, and he's still avoiding the pits. He's going to go for as long as he possibly can. Currently watching Fury right now. He's having quite a quiet and lonely race right now. Not really had much excitement, but I think Fury would be happy with 6th right now if it finishes as it does now, because it's a good end to the season. He's really struggled in these GTEs, but he's really thrown himself in there, and hopefully once he gets himself sorted, he'll be flying with his new steering wheel and pedal setup. But he's doing all right there, sitting in 6th place. Ugbar has done his pit stop and is currently going through the bank and trying to catch up to Fury, but he quite a bit off now. He's also having a quiet race all on his own. But as of right now, there's not really much going on. Rompu isn't too far behind Ugbar, and the 4 GTs have finally calmed themselves down. If you guys missed it, Duane Pop, Cinderella Tour, Camber and Rompu, all 4 of them getting involved in each other's way and causing all sorts of troubles, but finally these guys have settled down and sorted themselves out. It's kind of difficult to comment on anything at this minute because there's not much going on circuit. The leaders are lapping very much similar to each other, so at this stage Flaky would still be in front, but let's see you guys. Let's see a comment from you guys. Who do you think is going to take this race win and take this championship? Come on, I haven't heard nothing from you guys this evening. Let's hear your opinions of what's going to happen tonight. Currently the Only G going through the bus stop chicane, trying to bring that gap down to Flaky, but Flaky is extending that gap as of right now. So far Flaky is hanging on to the championship. He's 29 seconds ahead of the Only G, but we're looking at a 28-second pit stop, I believe, so it's going to be tight. It depends how quickly Flaky gets in and out, and if he doesn't get a penalty, I just see as well Flaky has got a penalty, but I'm not how long a penalty it is. Let's see. He's got a 2-second penalty, so if Emo Guy is close, he can take points away as well. So Flaky really pushing the limit out here, and he's caught up to the back of some traffic. I think he's behind Duane Pop. He is. So Duane Pop will have to start obeying to the blue flags, because Flaky will want to try and get past him as quickly as possible, but possibly use his slipstream at the same time. He's flashing the lights saying, come on, get out of my way. You're starting to hold me up now. I'm watching Flaky now going into the bus stop. Duane Pop really needs to get out of the way. He's really holding up Flaky right now. I don't believe Flaky is going to get past him. Duane Pop really seems to be hindering Flaky right now, and you want to be getting out of his way before turn 1, because that's an important braking point. And still, he stays out as well at this minute, but currently riding on board with Flaky. On the edge way past Duane Pop really needs to be getting out of the way. Blue flags will be flashing right at him, and Flaky finally gets past him, but he's now coming up to more traffic. This is not what Flaky wants at this minute. He's coming up to DJ Phil and Cinderella Tour, who are having a battle on their own. These guys will have to start getting out of the way. DJ Phil will be the first one to get out of Flaky's way, but that lap has really hindered Flaky. He's done a 1:47.5. He's lost a lot of time on that lap, and G done a 1:43.2. So G, he made up a bit of a gap, but not enough at this minute. But Flaky's struggling in the traffic. G only now coming into the first corner, but he looks like he's lost a lot of time there. He ran really wide, I think, but it gives a little bit of breathing space for Flaky at the minute. But he's not, I think G is really starting to push the limit. He knows his championship is slipping away. He knows his reign as champion is slipping from him as well. He was saying to me earlier that this season hasn't really gone to how he would like it, but he's still in the championship fight, even here in this 12th round. If you class the double races individually, he's still in the championship fight. And I believe Emo Guy has spun it. Yeah, it looks like he's spun it. I can't go on board with him right now, but I believe Emo Guy has dropped it. He lost loads of time there to Ioni G and Flaky. Flaky finally getting past DJ Phil, but it might have helped him slipstream, and it did. He does a 1:43.2, so he matches G's last lap time. Excuse me. But we still got to wait for Flaky to come in, but Flaky's in all this traffic and he's got to get past Cinderella Tour now. So when does Flaky decide that he's going to pit? But he still has a 2-second penalty zone. Flaky goes really wide, really pushing the limits of that car, and he's still got a 2-second penalty as it stands right now. But DJ Phil was up behind him. Maybe he had to slow down due to the going very wide, but G has lost a bit of time that lap. He goes into the first corner. I don't believe G is trying to push it to the absolute limit. He can't seem to be making any time. Smoky Devil had a quiet race so far. He's currently sitting in 4th place. I'm not sure if he's pitted yet, nor Ratchidas. I know Fury has pitted, and again Fury all night just seems to be all on his own. No one around him, no fights to get involved with, and he's doing well in that 4 GT. I think the stream's running a little bit behind, because normally he'd be having it running right next to him and he'd be flashing the lights at me right now, but purely focusing in on this race right now. Uni G lost loads of time that lap, and I think also Flaky got the slipstream and he's now caught up to the back of Cinderella Tour. Cinderella Tour will start to be getting blue flags. Let's go on board with Flaky. Let's see how he's getting on, but Cinderella Tour will be thinking about getting out of Flaky's way. Blue flags will be going like mad, and Flaky's flashing the lights, telling him to get out of his way. He's the leader. He's going for the championship. Will Cinderella Tour obey? And he does. Finally gets out of Flaky's way. But Flaky goes a little bit deep. Probably distracted by the other car, and he does well to keep hold of that car as well. So Flaky gets past another car. and the only G hasn't even caught to the back of this train, but obviously because he's pitted he won't probably catch him to the end. But Flaky really having to fight his way through the pack so he can extend the gap between himself and the only G. But the guys currently on track with penalties at this minute is Flaky, Smoky Devil, Ratchidas, Ugbar, Camber, Rompu and DJ Phil. DJ Phil and Duane Pop are having a good fight at the back at this minute. The only closest fight on circuit right now. But these guys, Duane Pop's race has really turned on its head. After winning race 1, he's currently at the back of race 2, which is not what he wanted. He would have probably gone into the next race. He's looking around the outside. DJ Phil squeezes him up to the wall, but that Ford GT has got a little bit more power and a better straight line speed and breezes past that BMW. But at this second, Flaky and the Uni G are currently lapping fairly consistently the same, so they're not really gaining on each other. And has Flaky got any more traffic at this minute? Doesn't look like he does, so he's all on his own now. Maybe he can start pumping in those lap times. As we can look on here, no, there's no traffic in his way at this stage. But currently right now, the Uni G is coming towards the bus stop while Flaky goes across the start finish line. He does a 1:44.0, so Flaky's starting to struggle, and look, he's getting that car absolutely sideways right now and pushing it to the absolute limit. But we see Camber is in the middle of the infield. Okay, so I'm not sure what's happened there, but maybe he's either coming together with Rompu or something, or maybe Ugbar. But Camber in the middle of the track and now in the way of Flaky, and Flaky wants to get past, and Camber does a fantastic job of getting out of the way. Thank you, Camber, for doing that, mate. You did a fantastic job of not getting involved with the leaders. But I'm not sure what happened to Camber there. But he's now got Cinderella Tour right behind him after he's made that mistake. We thought he'd do a couple of donuts in the middle of the infield at that point, but it looks like Cinderella Tour is trying to bring that gap down. But we look back now, Ugbar has caught up to the back of Fury, so Fury will have to think about what's going on now. He will need to pay attention and get on and push a little bit, because he's got Ugbar right behind him. I believe these two have both pitted, so this is actually a fight for position. We're currently keeping an eye on what's going on at the front. G caught a second on Flaky that lap, but Emo Guy's lost loads of time. Ugbar's got a great run out the bank. Fury goes to the outside. I'm not sure what Fury's doing. He's not really putting much of a fight. Maybe he's going to hope that Ugbar outbreaks himself. Ugbar goes down the inside. Ugbar gets it stopped, and Fury does a beautiful switchback. Ugbar outbreaks himself, and Fury gets back in front. Brilliant racing from these guys. Awesome judgment from Fury there. I thought he was letting Ugbar go by, but he was actually hoping that he was going to outbreak himself, and he did. That was a beautiful reception there for Fury, but he's got a bit wide here. Ugbar will get the run. Will he try and go right around the outside? These two will need to give each other space, but Ugbar backs out of it. He knows he can't do it there, and we'll just have to wait. That Corvette has got more power, but as of right now, Fury holds on to that position. You see as well, Cinderella Tour, I think he's got past Camber. Camber is right there with him though. Camber is on the inside, so is he going to try and go right around the outside? Cinderella Tour looking to try and make that move, but he's going to hold on. No, just hangs in there. Ugbar still right onto the back of Fury. When we look back to these guys, Camber really trying to push Cinderella Tour now. This is the last race of the championship. We want to finish on a high, so these two wanting to push it, and Cinderella Tour massively outbreaks itself. Camber's down the inside. We have to wait for the camera to pan through. Camber's got the inside, but we know for sure Cinderella Tour has got a better straight line speed in that other Ford. I always look back to Fury and Ugbar. Looks like Ugbar has lost a bit of time there, but you see Emo Guy has been caught up to Smoky Devil, so Emo Guy has lost loads of time there somehow. But he's now got Smoky Devil right behind him. Smoky Devil having a fantastic race 2 again. I'm not sure if he's pitted or not. I think he might have. Ratchidas is finally into the pits and gets his pit stop done and out the way. But Smoky Devil having a good race 2 again here at Daytona Road Course. He seems to be really doing well on this circuit. But we're seeing Fury and Ugbar. They're still going at it. Fury staying in front of Ugbar. Ugbar trying to find a way past that Ford GT. He tried it in turn 1 again, but he seems to outbrake himself. But Ugbar really pushing the limit of that Corvette. And as we look on the top as well, it looks like Flaky's extended his gap towards the Only G. So at this minute, I think Flaky will come out in front of the Only G. And at this minute, G is losing the championship. Flaky doing everything he needs to do. But we're currently watching Emo Guy and Smokey Devil. They're trying to race each other hard. I believe Cinderella Taurus dropped right back off camber. I don't know what's happened there. He's lost loads of time. He's lost out to Dwayne Pop and Rachidas. So I don't know what's happened to Cinderella Taur, but he's currently dropped off that pace now. Lap 20. Well, sorry, we're on to lap 21 with Flaky. So he's only got a couple more laps. He still hasn't pitted. He has to pit on lap 23. If he doesn't, he will get disqualified. So he's only got a few more chances until eventually he does have to pit, and we'll see how he gets on. He's probably going to go to the very last moment and try and extend the gap. At the minute, the Only G is matching him, but it's not enough, I don't think, for the Only G to get in front. So we look back here. Ugbar's got a run on Fury. Here we go, round number 3. Fury this time choosing the inside. Ugbar going a long way around. That Corvette has got better straight line, but will he cut in front? I don't think he will. Fury, this guy's got to be careful. He picks his braking point up. Has Ugbar outbraked himself? He's outbraked himself again, and Fury gets past him again. 3-time the charm. Ugbar must have learned that by now. He's got the move done as he goes into the corner. He just needs to brake a little bit earlier and a little bit smoother. As we finally see, Flaky is into the pits. Where is the Only G? He's at the bus stop. Has he done enough? Flaky, done and dusted. I don't think it's enough. We'll go to the map and see where the Only G is. Flaky is halfway down the pit lane. The Only G is coming around the bank, but I think Flaky has got it done. He will hold on to the race lead. So all the work that the Only G has been doing is not enough. The Only G coming now into the start-finish line, and Flaky is now up to speed, but he will have to try and negotiate this awkward corner. But the Only G will have to settle for second. Flaky trying to get through this section here. There is the Only G. He's not done enough. Flaky will keep hold of the lead at this minute, but we'll keep an eye on these guys. The Only G will be trying to hunt him down as best he possibly can. So for right now, this is perfect for Flaky. It's exactly what he needs. He's currently outscoring the Only G, and he will be champion at this stage. But G will have to try and bring that gap down. We need to go back to the Ugbar Fury fight. I think Fury's made a bit of a gap, but also Emo Guy has got Smokey Devil hunting him down. But here comes Ugbar and that powerful Corvette. Can he do it this time? He just needs to sort out his braking. He'll have it done. He's looking to the outside again. Fury, Ugbar, battling. Great fight between these two. Fury breaks it, and Ugbar brakes better this time, but he's not in front. So Ugbar really needs to sort out that first corner. But these two are having a fantastic race. Fury and Ugbar driving fantastically, giving each other racing space, and it's beautiful to see these guys racing. There's been no racing for ages currently, and is now coming together. Now everyone's having their pit stops. Closest fight on track right now. Smokey Devil seem to have lost a bit of pace to Emo Guy at the minute, but Ugbar is right onto the back of Fury right now. Ugbar looks to Fury's gone a little bit wide. He's on the curb there. He needs to just break into this corner. Ugbar's having to go around the long way, but he gave each other space. Fantastic, boys. This is brilliant to watch. So let's go on board with Ugbar right now. He's got to look on the forward. He's going around the long way round. Fury will have the inside. Ugbar will have the outside. He's got to break all the way around. And it looks like Ugbar's got the run. Fury will try and get the slipstream. He'll need to get through the bus stop chicane. He needs to be patient. And it looks like Ugbar's got the job done, but he's gone very wide there. He's taking a lot of curb. Fury will now try and get the slipstream off Ugbar. We see Smokey Devil finally pit, so he didn't pit. So at this minute, these guys are fighting for 4th place. Will Smokey Devil come out in front of them? That's the question now. It's going to be very tight between these guys. But I think Ugbar has finally got the job done. I thought he was going to get it done in turn 1, but he's got it done into the bus stop. So Ugbar finally gets up into 4th, but Smokey Devil What do you got? No. So Smoky Devil loses out to these guys, but maybe you can catch him at the later stages. But Fury and Ugbar having a fantastic... Ugbar has outbraked himself again. And that means Fury's right there. Can Fury shove it down the inside of the hairpin? He's thinking about it. Ugbar is really struggling in that Corvette. Fury seems to be much better in the infield. These guys having a fantastic battle. Currently, Flaky still leads this race at the minute. There's only 2 laps left. We're going on to the final lap. But it looks like Only G is going to lose his title. For the Only G to win this championship, Flaky needs to finish behind Rompu, who's 1 minute and 5 seconds behind, unless something ridiculous happens, like Flaky runs out of fuel. It sounds silly, but it could happen. We're going back to this fight between Ugbar and Fury. Fury will have the slipstream this time going into the bus stop. I don't want to take my eyes off this battle, but we've got to keep an eye on the championship contenders as well. But I think Ugbar might have this 4th place in the bag. Smoky Devil not far behind, just in case something happens to these guys. Fury is going to be trying his absolute best to try and get that 4th place back. But Flaky is now on the final lap, the Only G in 2nd. But I think that's it. I don't think the Only G can take it now. Flaky, all he has to do now is come home and finish. We'll just go back to Ugbar and Fury because they're now coming down the back straight. These guys having a fantastic battle. And it'll be sad to not see this fight at the end because we're too busy watching the championship. But can Fury catch past Ugbar? I don't think he can. Ugbar goes into the hairpin. And I think Ugbar, again, Fury gets a fantastic drive out the corner. But right now, we are watching Flaky come through the bus stop. And if my calculations are correct, G was 16 points behind. G will not outscore Flaky, even though G is taking the fastest lap, I believe. But Flaky has come around the final corner, around the bank, to become GTE champion of Season 5. So all he has to do is negotiate this final bank, which shouldn't be too difficult. He's flashing the lights. Congratulations, Flaky, you have taken a race win and you have taken the championship here at Daytona Road Course. G crosses the line, gives him a good run for his money and takes 2nd place. G will be a great sportsman for sure. But Flaky on his roof, celebrating the best way he can, is the champion here tonight. As you see, Emo Guy completing the podium to finish it off. And we still got this fight, Ugbar and Fury. Fury's caught back to the back of Ugbar. Can Fury get the run on him? He's going to go through the bus stop. But I need to congratulate Flaky on his championship and his season. But of right now, Ugbar is just holding on to 4th place. Can Fury get the slipstream? I don't think he can. Ugbar looks like he's going to hang on to 4th, but Fury's going to try his very best. It's going to be close. Fury's got a slipstream. He's got the run, but he's not going to get there in time. Ugbar will take 4th place. Fury takes 5th. But because of the penalties, Fury takes 4th place. A brilliant drive there from Fury. Ugbar in 5th. Smoky Devil will take 6th place. Rompu will finish 7th. 8th will be Camber. 9th will be Duane Pop. Cinderella Tour will finish in 10th. And DJ Phil has finished in 11th. But what can I say? Flaky, congratulations, mate. You have taken the GTE championship here tonight, here at Daytona Road Course. The man has been incredibly consistent, has only been out of the podium once this season, which was the last race previous. But congratulations to Flaky and congratulations to all the guys racing. We've had a fantastic season. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And it looks like the Only G does take the fastest lap. So the Only G was giving it to Flaky, but he misses out. So congratulations to Flaky. Congratulations to the Only G. And well done to Emo Guy for taking 3rd. Well, that's a wrap here for GTE. As you see, Fury's granddad. Well done, Flaky. Great racing between Fury and Ugbar. It was fantastic racing between those boys. It was great to watch. If you enjoyed this and you want to get involved with GTEs, make sure you drop in to a Motive Racing website, www.motiveracing.com, and sign up for next season, which will be in January. And you can be a future Flaky or a future Only G. But as of right now, we have finished the championship here in Daytona. Congratulations, Flaky. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Clios, where the championship is even closer. Tier 2, the top 3 is separated by 6 points, and the top 2 in Tier 1 are separated by 3 points, if I'm corrected. So make sure you stick around for Tuesday night for the Renault Clios. As of for me tonight, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys soon. Cheers.